How's it going, everyone? It is Friday, March 15th, and I'm on the island of Cat Ba here in northeastern Vietnam. It's in the Gulf of Tonkin, which you may have heard of. But yeah, it's really beautiful island. It's kind of a foggy and rainy day, as you can tell, but still very pretty with all these like limestone islands surrounding this larger island of Cat Ba. I've been in Vietnam for about a week now. I flew into Hanoi and I only spent a couple nights there, and I didn't find it too much different than Thailand, other than the fact that there's a lot of motorbikes. I think I read somewhere that there's over 5 million motorbikes in Hanoi, which is crazy to think about, and it's definitely different crossing the roads in Vietnam. But honestly, being in Thailand for a little over 5 weeks, I didn't find it that difficult. But yeah, really enjoying my time here in Vietnam. I don't have too much time. I've only got another week left. So in total, just under 3 weeks here in Vietnam. But yeah, back to the roads, like people will just like park on the sidewalks and you end up like walking in the road and there's just traffic. I feel like, people are driving on either side of the road too. So they're just a lot more crowded. And to be fair to Vietnam, I didn't really spend that much time in the larger cities in Thailand, such as Bangkok, and so maybe it's just as bad in Bangkok. I just didn't really spend as much time there to get a good comparison. But yeah. Anyways, I did go to a night market in Hanoi, and there was like a huge traffic jam, like which included people, and the road was like completely gridlocked. People were honking, people were screaming. It was almost like a panic was about to set in on some people. You could see mostly the foreigners. It seemed like to the Vietnamese this is a common thing, but it was a Saturday night market there, one of the main ones in the city. But yeah, I got some cool video that I'll try to show some of that at the end of this little vlog here. But yeah, after that I was like, okay, I've got to get out of this city. And that's exactly what I did. I headed northwest to the town of Sapa, which is in northern Vietnam, like really close to the border of China. And I did some hikes in Sapa, which is lots of like rice terraces and that kind of stuff. So I actually stayed in Sapa for 3 nights, actually in Tavan, which is, I think I'm pronouncing it wrong, but Tavan, I'm not sure. But it's really close to Sapa, but it's closer to the hikes, so you don't have to take a taxi from Sapa every day to get to the locations, but the locations of the hikes. But yeah, kind of had bad weather on one day and then good weather on another day, and did a hike, an unguided hike, not by myself, but with other people that I met at a hostel, and it was kind of a foggy day. Ended up getting lost and returning to the hostel late at night, but still enjoyed doing that. And then the next day we hired a guide to go around, which is a good thing to do because you're providing a local with a really good job, and you're also learning more about the area than you would be. You're probably learning more about the area than you would be if you were just doing it by yourself. The weather in this area can be kind of hit or miss, but it's a very mountainous region, but it's very scenic and beautiful. Definitely worth checking out if you're in northern Vietnam or traveling around this area. Also, Mount Phan-Xipang, I think I'm saying it right. It's the tallest mountain in Indochina. Don't remember the exact height, but I'll put that in like a text format below. And I think you can do a 3-day guided trek to the top. I'm not sure if you can do that one by yourself or not. Probably can, but I don't know. I always try to hire a local guide when I can, just because I feel like you're providing a good job. And also in Vietnam, there's still some unexploded ordnance here from the Vietnam War, or if you're in Vietnam, they actually refer to it as the American War. But so yeah, you definitely want to follow the trails, because there's actually been cases of locals being killed and maimed from bombs that were dropped and unexploded from a war that was, what is that, like 50 years now almost. Yeah, and the guide that we took to go hike around Sapa was 450,000 dong, which is like $20 US, I think. Definitely worth it. Really good guide. After Sapa, I took an overnight bus to this island, Cat Ba Island, which is in the northeastern. I think I said that in the beginning. It's the northeastern part of Vietnam here, just off the Gulf of Tonkin. The first thing I did when I got here was I booked another trekking tour. This was not the best guide. He didn't really speak much English or tell us much about what we were walking around or anything, but that's just kind of a gamble that you take when you book a guide or a tour. So it is what it is, but it was still ended up being a really good tour because it was like half-day trekking, and then we took like a boat through like all these islands that you can see back here. Actually, these are kind of on the southeastern part of the island. The boat that we took was like much further north of here, where the cliffs are much taller. It's right near Monkey Island, if you've heard of that. I'll show another video at the end of this where there's like some monkeys all over this island. It's kind of a famous, kind of a touristy thing to do, but I guess that's not having much time here in Vietnam. I don't have much time to get off the beaten trail, so I just feel like I'm kind of on the typical backpacker trail here, traveling around, which at this point in my travels, I'm on such the tail end of this long trip that I'm perfectly fine with that, and this is all new to me. It's still really amazing being in this place, and I'm perfectly content with traveling the way I am right now. So I also rented a motorbike here on this island, and the roads are, this is like a really good place to learn how to ride a motorbike if you come to Southeast Asia. Great for first timers, I think, but I was really comfortable on it. The roads are all like, they seem freshly paved. I mean, there's a lot of construction going on here. I think this island's tourism is developing very rapidly, and yeah, I mean, it was just beautiful scenery driving around. It's not too hilly either. I know that was kind of a concern that I had on on Koh Tao. Koh Tao was kind of hilly for me riding around on the motorbike, but still really fun. So yeah, I would definitely recommend getting a motorbike here and riding around. I was able to make it to some of the caves and some of the more places that you wouldn't see booking a tour, so it was really fun. It's just fun driving those, man. Those are definitely a game changer. Yeah, and also the motorbike was really cheap. I rented it for, how much was it? It was, yeah, 100,000 dong, which is $4.31 US cents. That was for the whole day, and then I think I put 50,000 dong in it, so like $215. So for total, like less than $10 for the whole day. I'm talking like driving a lot. Like I drove that thing a lot. Yeah, and I was planning to do like a kayaking tour today, but the weather was kind of raining when I got up, and now it's not raining so much, but it's just been kind of foggy, dreary, and spitting rain all day, so I opted out of that, and I've just kind of been walking around the island and taking it easy. But there's actually a really cool coastal walk that you can do here that's really close to the main town, and that's where I'm staying. I'm staying in like the main city, so really easy to get to places, get to the coast, and big diverse choice of restaurants, which is nice. So I really love the food here in Vietnam. It's probably my favorite food that I've had, minus Italy. I mean, Italy by far the best food that I've had on this trip. But yeah, not to insult the other countries there, really good food in all of them, but Italy's my favorite. When it comes to food, Italy first, then Vietnam for sure. Alright, well I'm trying to do this, but the audio is probably gonna be shit because we got this boat going by, so I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait till that boat goes by. Okay, I think the boat's gone, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now, and it's just kind of weird to think that this trip is almost over. I think in about 2 weeks I'll be back in the United States, kind of looking for work again. But it's definitely been a fun trip. I'm really glad that I decided to do this. By the time it's all done, I will have been to 7 new countries, 8 countries total. I'm going to Australia in about a week, and yeah, so I guess 7 countries, 8 if you count the Vatican, so I should put that side note in there. Yeah, this has definitely been a great trip. Thanks for watching these videos, for all 10 people that have watched them. I definitely haven't gotten many views on these, but I also haven't been doing the best on putting tags and putting in a full description and kind of like promoting them, if you can use that word, but I just kind of wanted to do these to get kind of better at doing on-camera talking and becoming less nervous. And you know, you gotta get in the batter's box and take a swing if you want to get on base, right? It's always about base hits. That's how you win it. That's how you win it. And I don't know what winning it means here on YouTube, but yeah, coming at you from Cat Ba Island here in Vietnam. Thanks for watching these, and we'll see you in the next one. Probably do a couple more of these before the end, so this isn't the final video. So yeah, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.